morning, mathematicians. We are back. Hope you had a nice weekend and got some rest. We are back for a topic that you have kind of already started 2 weeks ago when we did rounding. And now we're actually going to use it for what it's meant for, which is being able to use it in real life and check whether stuff makes sense in maths. So, first of all, enjoy this video about guessing.
I do apologise if you're watching these. Ahi Amuk Rande. Ahi Amuk Ande? Rande. Why could... Nah, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Do a touch, a boo, goodbye, discover. What? I don't get these. Don't judge a book, but oh my goodness gracious me, I give up.
Guy Leach and her. Guy Leach and her. Garlic and herbs. Oh.
Let's go. Made a divorce P with Ewa? Made a divorce P with Ewa. May the force be with you!
Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll smash that one. What?
Live full half of. Live full half love? Please say it is.
Hope you enjoyed those guessing games, Year 5s. Now, I just want to tell you that if you look up that stuff, you're going to find some inappropriate stuff that's not good for kids. So what I did is I found a video and I chopped up all the inappropriate stuff. So I just had the okay stuff in there. So that's why don't go looking for that stuff or trying to play it on TikTok because it's not good for kids. But I found you the funny ones that are good for kids. Okay, and here's the strategy. And in fact, we get to use the same strategy again Year 5, which is great. Because most people got it, but there's still some room for improvement. We're doing estimating with NA4. And basically, estimating is another way of making a guess, which is why I showed you that video. But it's a smart guess, not just a random guess. So it's a smart guess. That's what we're talking about. And we are going to use the high five strategy again for rounding, which is when you have a 5, either whatever place you're doing, that means the 5, if you're looking at that, is going to round up. That's why it's a high 5. So if you're looking at 5 and rounding to the nearest 10, it rounds up. If you're looking at 150 and rounding to the nearest 100, you look at the 5 and round up. If you're talking about 1,500 and you're rounding to the nearest 1,000, you look at the 5 and round up. And that is, in fact, the low 5 strategy. So whatever you are looking at, so for example, if it says nearest 100, then you don't look at the 100, you look at the next digit down, the tens. Go to the next digit down. So that's what the low 5 means. If it says nearest 100, you don't look at the hundreds, you look at the tens, and you see if that is a high 5 ready to go up, or if it goes down. That is the low 5 strategy. Look at the next digit down. So you guys are on top of that already. So let's have a look at your work for today, which is this sipping work, the estimation strategies. And this is why it's really useful in real life. Whenever you go to the shops and you need to check prices or you need to check discounts or something, this is the quick way to do it. And even more importantly, in school, it helps you check your answers after you've done them. So you can estimate to see what you could expect when you do the answer, when you get the answer. And then also you can use it to check. So we're rounding we're doing it in tens. So we're going to check the units place because that's the low 5 strategy. And it is high 5 and up, so it's going to get rounded to 90. 41, rounding to the nearest 10, so we'll look at units. But that's lower, so we're going to round down, so it's 40. So then 90 plus 40, same as 9 plus 4 is 13. And with the tens as well, that's 130. So that's how you do it, Year 5. You round these ones, usually to the nearest 10, if they're in tens, or we might have some hundreds, then you round to the nearest 100 as well. So you're not looking at the hundreds column, you're looking at the tens, and seeing if it rounds down, and it does, which is 400. Whereas this one, when you look at the tens, it's above high five, so it goes up. So there you go, year 5. That is the basic way to do it. There will be some more information in tomorrow's video that you're going to use when you start to do the smiling work. So it's important that you check out tomorrow's video as well for the smiling work strategy, because it's not just addition and subtraction. So there you go, year 5s. Let's just add that to our strategy as well. When you are, so the high five and the low five, you can add this. Whatever you are, what is the biggest place? Whatever is the biggest place. It's called place value. We haven't talked about that a lot, but that's what it means. So hundreds is the biggest place value here, because that's as high as it goes. Whatever is the biggest place value, round to that. So that's part of the strategy for estimating. So when we are adding or subtracting and tens is the highest place, then we round to tens. If hundreds is the highest place value that we're adding or minusing, then we round to hundreds. Okay. Now multiplication and division are similar, but when you are multiplying by something that's a single unit, you don't need to round that, because then your answer is going to change a lot. If you change the units by rounding, it's going to change a lot, so you don't have to round the units. 27, highest place value is tens, so we're looking at the units, and they go up to 30, which is the nearest. 30 times 3, which gives us 90. If we had rounded this one, year 5, say we'd rounded and we're like, oh, what's the nearest 10? Because we rounded this one to the nearest 10. The nearest 10 would actually be 0. So it would be 30 times 0, which would be 0. And that wouldn't give us any useful information. If we rounded it to the nearest 5, then we would go up to 5, because it's more than halfway to 5. And we would have 30 times 5 equals 150. So that's way off as an estimate as well. That's why we don't round these single units. And for this one, year 5, you also don't round the single units, but we just round this number. 64, we're rounding to the nearest 10, go down to the units, and it's not halfway. It's below 5, so we round down. So then it's 3 into 60 instead, which gives us 20. So there you go, year 5. See how you go with that, and then check back tomorrow for tomorrow's video when we start to go into smiling work. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the Zoom call. Bye.